to Bega now, where New South Wales members of the Country Women's Association are holding their annual conference this week. And let's go to Stephanie Stanhope, the president of the CWA of New South Wales. You're moving. That's a great sign, Stephanie. Good to see you. How important an event is this then for your members?
It's very important for the members. Basically, it's a good chance to get together, to catch up, to discuss how our lives have been affected by the floods, fires, mice, how the pandemic has affected us all. But it also means that we can get together and discuss the motions that the members have put together, that we can then basically, when they're passed at conference, take those motions to government to advocate on behalf of the members.
And how's the conference going so far? What came out of day one?
We had a discussion on climate change. We already have a policy on climate change, and so we will continue advocating that we need to be careful to work on that, to make sure any decisions that are made don't impact adversely on agriculture and environment activities. There was quite a discussion on an opt-in, opt-out option for organ donation, because we are such a bad country for donating our organs. With an opt-in system, that maybe you have to opt out to not have your organs donated. So we'll put that suggestion to the government and see how that goes.
So just on climate change, which your members debated yesterday, was there any reluctance among people there to support moves to cleaner energy because of the impact that would mean on jobs?
I think the issue we had with the motion that came on was the climate emergency. That isn't whether that we are at a point in time where it is an emergency, and whether or not we believe that the government is doing enough in relation to the rest of the world in climate milestones.
And what did your members decide on that?
Basically, that the policies we already have in place are adequate, that cover us in the areas of climate change that we need to be working on.
What sort of perspective do your members then bring to these big national topics like climate change? What are you able to offer? What value adding can you achieve?
A lot of it is, I think, how you manage your properties and how we manage the facilities, how we manage the national parks, how we manage, I guess, logging, forestry in those areas, making sure that what we are doing is sustainable. It's looking at the extraction of coal and gas and how we can convert from those to more environmentally friendly methods of energy. So it's an overall. We're not just looking at one area, we're actually looking at how everything is done to make the environment better for the future.
And what are membership numbers like, Stephanie?
Unfortunately, last year our numbers did drop down. I believe the numbers at the end of our year, which is September last year, we were still 8,249. So we are getting a lot more. We are getting more members coming in. So hopefully we'll be going up again in our membership.
Yeah. And what's a typical member of the Country Women's Association? Do you have a typical member?
I actually don't think we do have a typical member. Everyone has, depending on where they live, they have the interest in what is impacting them where they live, whether that be very remote Western New South Wales, whether it be the regional centres or whether it be the urban areas or the coastal strip. So where you live impacts on where your interests are and I guess what you feel we should be doing to improve the living conditions in the area where you are.
Stephanie Stanhope, I hope the rest of the conference goes well. Thank you.
Thank you very much.